DJT, not sure. We're going to take a look at it. Fallout, what's up? So many people. Matthew, what's up? MV, Mohawk, Skills, Jay, Mohammed, Sal. Yeah, bonds are looking scared, but it'll be okay. What's up, Robert? Robert's one of my students. Very, very good. You tripled your money in 6 months. I told you we could do it. Joe will do SoFi. Julie, Tesla. Alicia, very welcome. Another one of my Discord students. So we will talk about the 10-year bonds. Okay, so let me explain to you guys why I'm not concerned with the 10-year bonds at all. Not like long-term, mid-term. Short-term, it can create pandemonium, but it's what I like to call, I don't want to confuse you guys, but it's like a recency issue. Like, people get scared because the fact that the bonds, the 10-year yield is up, and so it makes people think that, wow, stocks are not worth anything, that we got to sell out, it doesn't make any sense, we're bearish now. It's not a good idea to have a recency bias like that. It'll be okay. I'll explain. I'm actually getting something loaded up here. There we go. So I'm going to put in the chat for you, because I always get asked this question. So I'm just going to put it there to begin with. So this way I don't have to worry about missing out on it at some point or another. There we go. That link that I just pinned right there is for you guys to get exclusive access to the Discord. It's an exclusive link. It's not used anywhere else except on YouTube, and I use them for the live events. Yeah, SoundHound will be fine. So here's what happens. When the 10-year yield goes down and the 2-year yield goes up, the stock market soars really high. And then when the 10-year starts to go up and the 2-year starts to come back down to level off, the stock market flatlines, which is exactly what it did in 2020, 2021, 2022. 2023, it stabilized. The 10-year yield leveled off and came down, and the 2-year leveled off and stayed right in parallel, in tandem with the 10-year, which created the market to fly. Like, it created a lot of bullish sentiment. And then the 10-year yield started to go up and the 2-year started to go down. We crossed over, and typically that signals a recession. But instead of a recession, everybody bought into the stock market, put all their money in, and invested right away. So we were overbought, basically. Long story short, overbought. And because we were overbought, there's been, the playing field's been leveled. People have been backing out of their positions. Not to mention, it's very daunting to want to be in the stock market when you could go into the 10-year bond and make, a lot safer returns. Not to mention, there's like $7 trillion in the sidelines in SPACs money market accounts, which are, giving a pretty decent 4.25%. And for someone like me, that means I can make anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 a month doing absolutely nothing, not even trading, sometimes more, just in APY. Which is the reason why when the interest rates get cut, stock market gets flooded with investors' money, which is the money on the sidelines. So you'll notice the reason why the stock market went down this last couple of weeks, especially this last week, is because the feds don't know if they're going to be cutting in January like they should. If they're not going to cut, you can leave your money in a money market account and you're already making 4.25%. Once the interest rates get cut, actually I think it's now down to 4%. Once interest rates get cut again, it'll be 3.75% or 3.5%. So investing is going to make more sense at that point. If they do another 50 basis points cut in February or March, stock market's going to fly. No one's going to want to put their money into a 3.5% yield. Makes no sense. You can make astronomically more money investing. But a 4.25%, or a 4.5%, or even a 5%, which is where it was previously, Makes no sense to invest. But by the time we get to 3 or 3.5, we've cut almost half of our gains out. And with half of those gains being cut, highly likely the stock market, almost guaranteed the stock market's going to flood like it did a few months ago when we started getting those rate cuts. So the issue at hand with the market that you guys have to understand is that we've got uncertainty surrounding the election. The Donald Trump news of, him being found guilty has scared the market as well. Now, I'm in law school, and I'll tell you one thing. They can't do anything to him. They can sentence him, but they can't carry anything out until after his term. There's even a chance that the sentencing won't take place until after the term. Now, this is kind of a double-edged sword because the moment he takes the oath of office and the president steps in, he has 100% unanimous control over the Department of Justice. Meaning, the moment he takes office, he's going to order the Department of Justice to dismantle the case. If they don't do it, he will push for resignations and fire people and insert new people who will then in turn do what he tells them to do. He's the president. He controls the Department of Justice. That's a legal thing, which means once he takes office, the charges against him are going to be gone. And he's just going to have his vice president pardon him, which means it's over. It's all gone. So it doesn't matter what they do. They can't do shit until after he leaves office. And by the time he leaves office, there won't be any charges for them to do anything with. That is the legal system. That's how it works, which means they can't do a damn thing to him. They know it. This is just a shit show. And that's why the stock market's panicking. So I'll tell you that for a fact. I'm in law school, and I will tell you that the seated president has full control over the court system, especially the Department of Justice. He's basically, long story short, going to tell the Department of Justice, drop your bullshit cases or you're fired and I'll find someone else to do it. And they're just going to do it anyway. So within 30 days of him being president, gone. Cases are gone. It's all gone. They can't do it. He's a president. They can't do anything to him. He's the president-elect. They can't do a damn thing to him. He has immunity, constitutional immunity. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm not saying I love Trump or I hate Trump. There's no bias. I'm just speaking to you factually from a legal standpoint. So none of that to worry about. Stock market will be fine. You have that crap show going on. You got the 10 yields, which are going to level off. Even Tom Lee said they're not going to go any higher. They're going to level off. And I'll show you a graph of it. So the stock market is fine. They're manipulating you, and you want to buy into stocks right now. You want to buy into them. You don't want to let them, just run back up and miss out on everything. You want to definitely get into stocks. That's what you want to do. And the crazy part about this, I'm going to share my screen here. Give me a second. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. There we go. So we're already at a low right now. Now I know I have a graph. I know I have a graph here that I'm going to show you. I think it's actually on my website right here on this Treasury yield I pulled up for you guys. But I don't know where the graph went. I had a graph. I think it's right here. Wait, no, it's not. Where did I put that graph? Oh, man. Maybe it's Yahoo Finance. Was it Yahoo? No, it was not, I don't think. See, the unemployment rate hasn't changed. Payroll, if there's not massive changes, there are some. Crude oil is going up too, but it's at the same level it was on October 6th. I don't know where I had it. God almighty, I literally had it open. Now let me see if I can pull it back up. Okay, here it is. There we go. You see? Perfect. So if you look at the graph, we're at the same level we were back April of this year. And the stock market was fine in April. It's not the 10-year that's doing it. It's the recency bias, the president issues going on, the inauguration, tax loss harvesting. All the people that sold can't buy back into the stock market until the beginning of February. They can't do it at the end of January. And I told you guys in previous videos, stock market's a shit show in January. You knew this because I told you. So this is what's going on. Stock market was sky high back here. Once the 10-year yield falls below 4.5, which is down here, once that 10-year falls below that mark, stock market's going to scream again. And coincidentally, it's probably going to drop around the end of January after inauguration, 2 weeks after inauguration, going into February. Stocks are going to fly, and you are best be getting into them before that happens. Okay? AMD, very good. AMD is very good. Look, you guys know you do this. I'm going to show you something you guys do all the time. You know you do it. You know you do it. You see a stock going up, just like this. Okay, stock going up. And then you'll sell for a profit, and it starts going up even more, and you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have got out. I lost profits. We've all been there. And the big thing is that when this is happening to you, you're like, as soon as the stock goes back down to where I sold, back down here, I swear I will get back into the stock. Then the stock comes back down, everybody buys it back up. When you see stocks doing that, that's why they consolidate and they go back up again because of buyers. However, this right here is insane selling pressure due to a recency bias, issues with belief, bearish sentiment, tax loss harvesting, a bunch of crap all at the same time. Manipulations at its finest, so to speak. Yeah, it's great if you want to buy in. Absolutely. If you want to buy in, it is definitely great. If you're like just wanting to make never-ending profits, then not good. But there's always a pullback. No, I think Nvidia will be okay. I really do. I think Nvidia will be totally fine. Definitely long-term. Short-term and long-term, if I'm just being honest. No, SoFi's not overrated. AMD is a buy, though. 100% I'd choose AMD. It's one of my main stocks right now, especially DCAing. Yeah, I got Jordans back there. A lot of LeBrons, too. LeBron and Jordan. Oh, yes. Yeah, a lot of people actually do sell top by bottom. I'm for one of them most of the time. I would definitely DCA Soundhound for sure. Soundhound will run. Again, it's just pulled back. Fibonacci pulled back. That's all that happened. I mean, did the same thing when it ran to $10 when Nvidia put money in them. I'll show you guys. And then it pulled back 50%, 60%. It always happens, you know? Always pull back. Let me pull up Soundhound. SoFi's also a buy for sure. You see, right now, it's having a pullback. That's really strong. Fibonacci is 50%. Look at this Fibonacci right here. Nvidia bought into them, invested in them. Stock ran up. It had this pullback, ran, another big pullback. It's like a 60% pullback. and then it stayed the course and then ran. So we're probably going to pull back into the $10, $11, $12 range, which we're getting closer to, and then it's going to run. Then it's going to run. And that's usually what happens, you know? I think SoFi is going to beat earnings. They always do. We'll look at Palantir. Appreciate that, Mark. MMA's going good. Very good. I don't think I have taken more than maybe a week off in 15, 20 years. Very welcome. Very welcome. So, Palantir is going to have more pullback. Palantir is going to settle in around 60 bucks. SoFi will recover. For sure. I posted links in there. If you guys want to book a call and you guys want to join my coaching in my Discord. Personal aspirations, Prillo. I don't know what selling at the top and buying at the bottom has to do with law school. I already have $4 million. If that's the case, I already didn't need to trade or go to law school. It's called aspirations and accomplishments. Yeah, insurance premiums will go up. So will insurance companies. Yeah, probably. It's very likely. Portillo's? That's a restaurant. I can look at CLSK. Nico, it definitely is going back. Wolf, we can look at that. So like when you look at this for Palantir, you can easily see that it's likely to have a lot of resistance and support going on, bouncing between 60 and 65. So it's going to settle in for sure. It's definitely going to settle in for sure. And it will run, but not this month. Definitely not this month. Trying to keep up. Appreciate that, Flick. Yeah, you want to buy now. Soundhound probably will. You want to buy now. Look, I teach how to do all of this in my coaching in my Discord too. Very welcome, Bourbon. Uber's okay. Be careful though. I can look at quantum in a little bit. Rate cuts possible, yes. Probably second half. Probably second quarter. Maybe the end of the first quarter, to be honest. It's very possible. Very, very possible. So, what does Wolf do again? Oh, they're Bitcoin mining. I've looked at them before. That's right. I remember now. Very careful with them. 2 billion market cap. Trailing 12 month. This gives them like 16 price to sales. Not too bad, but still. Little on the rough side. I'd be careful with TeraWolf. Neo's very long term, fam. Very long term. What's up, Justin? Adobe's great. I don't have to look at that. I would invest now because they're getting AI under wraps. Once they get AI under wraps, oh my God. That's going to be crazy. Because that's the one thing they're lacking is AI. Once they get that squared away, shoot. It's hard to say when Soundhound's going to run again. I'm not sure what happened to Domino's Pizza. They switched over to the no, they switched out of the NASDAQ 100. I forget where they went. They're not even in my list anymore. Yeah, you'll get another opportunity when it pulls back to 60. SoFi and AMD, very bullish on both. Fubo. That's crazy. They were like $2 back in August. I remember that. What happened that changed so drastically? Seems very pump and dumpish. Be very careful. Tesla's very good long term. So is Disney. It's a Disney merger, huh? That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, because of that, that makes it a buy. 100%. Because Disney's solid, you know? Solid. Enovix is still a buy, a long-term hold, correct? Yes. Very welcome. Serve Robotics is still a buy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta be careful with these stocks. $576 million on market cap. Price to sales of 57. That's pretty high. It shows lacking promise. Assets cover liabilities and debt. That's decent. But they're still negative on the cash flow and negative on net income. So be very careful. Payoneer is good. CVS, I'll take a look at. PayPal is rough right now, but long term is good. They missed earnings by a lot. That's why. Price to earnings is good. Look at CVS's price to sales. $60.42 billion divided by trailing 12 month 369. Price to sales of 0.16 is insane. Insane. Realistically speaking, CVS should be 3 times higher. This should be like a $150 stock. If they can get their team in order, this is going to be like $120 stock in the next year. Yeah, Serve Dip, definitely a good buy. Taiwan Semiconductor is definitely a good buy. Long term for sure. Gotta be careful about Walgreens, though. What were they again? WGN. No, I forgot what Walgreens was. Was it Is it WBA? I can't remember. No. We already covered that. Walgreens Boot Alliance, is that what it was? I thought Walgreens had their own stock. They must have changed or merged in the last year. Well, they have a very low price to sales too, so very good buy. Very, very good price to sales. Revenue is good. Net income is in the negative though. Operating income is low. Their expenses are sky high. So is their debt. Ooh. Walgreens is losing money. They got a problem somewhere. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't touch it. After looking at their balance sheet, I wouldn't touch it. CVS is doing good. But they're losing money too. Their cash flow negative. So they're like burning up money like crazy. I wouldn't touch either of them. Not right now. Unless you want to hold long term and I can do ASTS and Rivian. Oh, I've looked at this before. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be very careful with this. This could be a disaster waiting to happen. So be very careful. Very careful, fam. Very careful. Rivian's good, but there are some risks long term. They're getting better, though. They're getting better. 14 billion market cap. They have a price to sales of 3 with 4 billion in revenue. So they've got a lot of promise. Rivian's definitely better than CVS. No doubt. They have $2 billion in cash. But they are cash flow negative. So Rivian definitely better than CVS or Walgreens, that's for sure. Give me 1 second. I'm just searching something here on my phone. So I would look at Rivian as being a decent long term as long as they can get out of their own way. NIO had a lot of sell off, same as the rest of the market. Nothing surprising there, quite honestly. The thing with NIO is their market cap being $8 billion. They do have a trailing 12 month of $8 billion, which is a price to sales of 1, which is good. They sell a lot of vehicles. It's just a good time to buy into NIO now because its price is down. I would buy. NIO's definitely a buy. Marathon, I'd be careful about. If crypto doesn't do good, Marathon will not do good either. Innovix is good. I've covered MicroStrategy a lot, but I'll cover it again. Also, the link that's pinned in here and that I posted a few times is a direct link, an exclusive link to take advantage of an offer that's only offered on these live streams to have a chance, jump in the Discord coaching. And we made a lot of profits in the down market over the last 2 weeks, especially on MicroStrategy being one. I told all my students that MicroStrategy would not going to drop below 300 or 290 because of the strength of crypto, Donald Trump and Elon's belief in Dogecoin and Bitcoin just being one of the things that we do. So in the Discord, we're making money. Even when the stock market's going down, we got ways of making money. It's not hard. So NIO was good. MicroStrategy is good. Their treasury is balanced with the massive purchases of Bitcoin. Yeah, crypto is going to do well. 100%. Yes. 99.9%. Tariffs are not really an issue because they're already selling a lot in China. They're making big sales in China, which is all that matters. You're investing in a foreign company that's doing well in that foreign country. So if they don't come to the United States, it doesn't matter. They're still doing well. They come to the United States, they're doing even better. But MicroStrategy, I put money into. What's up, JJ? Instacart, be careful with. Its services, it will expand. I think it's Maple Bear. Yeah, Maple Bear Incorporated. 11 billion. Good price to sales, good income, good pre-tax income, good EBITDA. Balance sheet is insanely strong. That is a very, very stellar balance sheet. 4 billion in assets and only 800 million in liabilities. No debt, negative net debt, almost 2 billion in cash. Very strong balance sheet. Very good cash flow. Price to earnings is good too. Maple Bear Instacart, a very good investment. in my opinion. Based on the numbers, can't go wrong. As long as they do well on earnings and keep doing what they're doing, Instacart's good. Broadcom is good too. Broadcom's actually trying to buy Intel. They were. Wayfair will be okay. I would hold Nvidia. We can look at a firm. I believe in a firm. Buy now, pay later, very strong. Market cap 17 billion. Trailing 12 month 2.52. $6.74. Anything under 10's good. 6 is really good. So yeah, firm's good. Shares float is low. That's why their stock price is so high. They've been meeting and beating expectations. Very, very good. I like a firm very strong for 2025. Very strong. What's up, Mike? Meta is very strong. I know Meta very well. Strong buy. If you can get it to 590, 595, or 600, I'd buy it. Or sell puts. Meta is very, very good. Very strong. It never went down at all, you know? You got to be careful, these Space Mobile, okay? I'm going to look over that for you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull something up right quick. I want to have a secondary graph. My phone's not working. I'll wait for it to load in a second. So this company has got a lot of potential, okay? A lot of potential, like a boatload. But be careful. I know I've reviewed this company before. 6.48 billion. Their price to sales is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. It's actually exponentially terrible. Their balance sheet, their income. Well, their balance sheet's okay. Their income statement sucks. Balance sheet is they have enough assets to cover liability and they have no debt. That's good. They got to get their cash flow in order before their income statement can get in order. You know? But, you know, just be careful, fam. Be careful, all right? I believe in GameStop. Don't even have to look at GameStop. I believe in it. He's shutting stores down, and he's shutting enough stores down to become profitable. And he's got enough money. Believe it or not, they have their market cap value in cash. GameStop ain't going anywhere for like 20 years. Even if they don't, they could shut down. GameStop could shut down every damn store and not make a dollar for 10 years, and they still would not go bankrupt. So no, you can't lose money on GameStop because they have their market cap in cash. No company, correct me if I'm wrong, no company in the world has their market cap in cash. Except, well, no, they don't. I would say Apple, but Apple only has what, 1 trillion in cash and their market cap is 2 trillion. So even they don't have it. GameStop's the only company that has their market cap in cash. They have $10 billion in cash. they're good. So, just so you know, I would definitely have no problems trading GameStop right now. Way too much money. Like, you're talking about a company that's not profitable, that has $10 billion in net debt, negative net debt and cash flow. Like, you can't lose money like that. They have too much of it. But we're getting carried away here, all right? We're getting carried away on GameStop. We can look at Dell. I love Dell. Dell's, I'm running 2 Dell 4K monitors right now. Forget who makes their panels. Who makes Dell's panels? I think it's either LG or Sanyo. I can't remember. I think it's Sanyo. I don't know. It's one or the other. Dell's a very strong stock, in my opinion, from what I last looked at. 80 billion market cap. Decent dividend. What was their market cap again? 80 billion. Okay, so 80 billion divided by... Oh my Lord. 80 billion divided by 94. They have a price to sales of less than 1. SoFi had a price to sales of less than 1. They doubled in stock price. What's their price to earnings? 21. Anything below 25 is insane. It's good. Total revenue, good. Pre-tax net income, good. EBITDA, good. Balance sheet, not good. Not good. They got revenue. They got price to sales, future growth, price to earnings. Balance sheet sucks. Total assets are they're underwater on their liabilities and their debt. But they're positive in cash flow. So that's not entirely bad. I'd be a little weary of Dell. I would say based on everything I've looked at, fair value on Dell is like around $100, but you know, based on future guidance and price to sales, if they get their house in order, then if you're going to bake future guidance in a year, 2-3 years down the road, Dell's worth like $150 to $200. So Dell is good. If you're baking in future guidance, Dell is good. SPY is strong. So is Intel. Yep, we talked about Neo. Neo's good. Alibaba's Chinese, be very careful. Very careful. Ford and Coke, automatic yes. Yep, Palantir's good. I'd buy Palantir in the 60s. Innodata is good too. Last time I checked it, it was. At least I think, if I remember correctly. Let me just make sure, because I've looked at so many stocks. Sorry, I'm just responding to students in the Discord that are emailing me. I'm constantly doing that. So I'm trying to remember if I looked at Innodata recently. I don't think I've looked at them before. Maybe. Can't remember. They have a market cap of 1 billion. Trailing 12 month. So like a price to sales of 8. So that's pretty good. And you can see the growth right here. That's a good sign. They got good revenue. Pre-tax income is good. Net income, definitely better than the other stocks I was looking at. Assets cover liabilities, 11 million, 21 million in cash. And cash flow positive. Innodata is good. 1 billion market cap, 27 million shares float. Very low shares flow, very low dilution. Price to earnings of 61. And they're positive on EPS. Yeah, Innodata is good. I mean, I'm not sure the price is ideal. Yeah, see? I would think based on this data, Innodata is worth about 20 bucks, 25. There's a premium to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Trading View. I can check Applied Digital and Samsung. Ford and Coke are always strong. They're cyclicals. They're cyclicals. You got to know how to move them, ride them. If you're looking for big gains, 30, 40% gains in stock price, never going to happen. You got to know how to trade Ford. Sell puts to get in. Run the wheel. Once you're in at $9.50 or $10, sell $11 covered calls, get out and collect the dividends and rinse and repeat. Definitely can't make a ton on Ford just holding it forever, expecting it to go up. Applied Digital is good. I can't remember their exact fundamentals though, so I'll check that out. Don't forget, if you guys want exclusive access to the Discord and coaching, this link that I posted is exclusive to YouTube. Exclusive offer. Can't find it anywhere else. If you guys want to join and become profitable in the Discord, you can do so with the link I provided to you guys. And this is going to be a very strong year, so you might want to take advantage of that. 175 billion. Their market cap went up, obviously. Much better. Trailing 12 month is almost 200 million. So it's like a 10 price to sales, which is pretty good. Not bad, not great, but decent, pretty good. And they're almost profitable there. Income is good. EBITDA is good. See, this is actually good. Let me show you something. Net income is negative. Do you see that? But their EBITDA is not negative. Well, barely negative. And they went positive right here. So the EBITDA is good. That's very important. Very important. That means before depreciation, before taxes, the company's in the positive. So that's good. It's a good thing. They have enough to cover debts. Well, not quite. They're kind of upside down in the balance sheet. Not by a lot, but a little bit. And they're cash flow negative. Be careful. Not completely terrible, but not that great. Kind of be weary. We already covered AMD. AMD is phenomenal. Random user, what are you down on? Payoneer's good, kitty. 100%. You're going to unsubscribe? Okay. Thanks for stopping in. Not sure the reason for it, but we can look at Upstart. We already covered SoFi. We already covered Cooler. So we're going to do like Grab and Upstart right now. Yeah, he's probably unsubscribing because I wouldn't look at something he was asking. Like, he's the only person in here and there's like almost 500 people asking questions, but it is what it is. No problem, Will. Or Willie. For sure. Let me look at Upstart and Grab. I haven't looked at Grab in a while. Man, it's been like, I don't know, like 6 months or a year since I've looked at Grab. They're that company, like, yeah, like Uber type stuff. I don't know much about this company, but I remember looking at them. 17 billion market cap, definitely higher than last time I checked. Yeah, price of sales like 16. EBITDA good. Net income is positive. Wow. Oh my God. Really? Now that is interesting. 8 billion in cash, or 8 billion in assets, 2 billion in liabilities, 5 billion in cash. My God, their balance sheet is absolutely terrific. They have enough cash to buy out their debt 3 times over, and they have almost 9 billion in assets. That is a very, very, very strong balance sheet. That right there is a very strong balance sheet. And they've got almost 400 million in free cash flow. Nice. 18 billion market cap. 2 billion shares float though. $4? Something's not right. That's a steal. Hold on. Oh, they're in a settlement. Okay, that makes sense. Guys, this is a steal. Let me look and find out what's actually going on with this. There's no way. 17 billion. Hold on. I'm looking for comparison here. Give me 1 second. I want to find something here. I'm going to show you. This is an absolute steal. Let me find a company that's got a very similar market cap. I can't find one that's got a similar. There we go. Chewy. 15 billion compared to 17 billion. Very close. Shares float 2.37 billion. Shares float 159 million. Let's do the math. Very similar, but not the same. So let's do 17.78 divided by 14.85. So it's 1.2 basically. 1.2 times the size of Chewy. So essentially, Chewy's price should be 80% the price, or like it should be 1.2 times the price, right? But then you have shares float 237 billion divided by Chewy's 160 million. So technically speaking, if I do the math in my head, 13.5 maybe. The answer is 13.5, meaning Chewy's price in the stock should be 13 times higher. 13.5 times higher. Just based off of market cap and shares float. So Chewy should be $58. Or yeah, because they're not doing very well. So realistically, the difference between 58, there's a 30% upside, meaning Grab should be priced somewhere. Based on their numbers, they should be $10. Easy. So I think Grab is a very, very, very strong buy. Very strong. Okay. I would definitely, if Grab was to fall to like $4, I'd load the boats. I'd probably put like 10 grand in myself. So yeah, definitely what I saw was good. I wouldn't be scared of investing in that company at all. I talked about Cooler. Yep. Yeah, AMD is good. I've been reading the questions out loud. SoundHound for next week or this week. Hard to say. $12 puts. Yeah, 10K is like, I don't even know what percent it would be. Well, let me see. My challenge account's like 600,000. My main account's like 3.5 million. So out of $4 million times 1%, it's like a 1/4% for 10K. So I just like throw 10 or 20K. I just throw it at it. I wouldn't care. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Numbers are still good though, right? Taiwan Semiconductor is good. Okay, very good. 866 million market cap. Trailing 12-month is non-existent. Their price to sales is almost zero. It's in the negative, which is like unfathomable. I would definitely grab some, for sure. I would grab some of Grab. And Taiwan Semi's great. They've always been great. Long-term hold, great. Serve is good too at the current price. Be careful though. AMSC, I still believe in. Market cap 1 billion. They crushed earnings. Price to sales of like 6 or 7. Yep. I definitely would add American Superconductor for sure. EBITDA is good. Net income is good. Balance sheet is good. Cash flow is good. American Superconductor, definitely good. Always felt that way. Lugs, Happy New Year. Omar, we talked about it. We already talked about SoFi. Ashley, I'll cover Samsung. Patrick, I'll cover ET. ET and Samsung. Price to earnings, good. Market cap, 66 billion. Price to sales is 0.75. All the income looks good. EBITDA looks good. I don't like the diluted income. I don't like. It doesn't line up. They got a lot of debts. A lot of debts. Cash flow is good. Slightly high price for what you're getting to a degree right now. Not bad. Be careful. Grab and Chewy are both good. Payoneer is great. Yep, Payoneer is great. Julie, $10,000 is not loading the boat. Because I have it depends on your portfolio. To me, it's not. When I load the boats, I go like 300,000-400,000 in on something, which I very rarely do. But I actually did go in on Meta last week. I put like 300K in and sold out. For me, 10K is easy. Like I'll go buy $10,000 of Alibaba for just cuz. Tesla's great. I think MicroStrategy is going to do well. MSTX is a leveraged. I wouldn't get into leveraged. Be careful on leveraged. You bought leaps on a leverage? Ooh. Should have got that leap on MicroStrategy itself. I do not, Hounds. I do not. Eli Lilly is good. We already covered SoFi. I'll look at Rocket Lab. $13 billion. A 40 price to sales. Negative on the EBITDA, negative on net income. They're good on their balance sheet. Cash flow negative. I wouldn't do it. Not yet. I don't know. That's rough. That is rough. Grab is really good. Grab is really good. I told y'all Upstart was going to be good. Oops. At the beginning of the year. Told y'all. Upstart, 5 billion market cap. Yeah, they got like a 10 price to sales. Pretty good. Revenue's good. Net income's in the negative. EBITDA's in the negative. 500 million in debt. They got enough to cover their debts. They're kind of neutral. and cash flow positive. They're okay. Shares float is very low. Very low shares float. If this was like Chewy or Grab with 2 billion shares floating, this would be I guess this would be like a $4 stock if the shares float were as high as Grab, maybe $3. So it's priced well because of the shares float. No TikTok. You mean the stock? Is that what you're asking? TikTok stock? Price to sales of 2. Net income is profitable. EBITDA is good. I still think it's a good company, like I recommended it in my video. They have enough cash to cover liabilities, and they have good assets. Balance sheet is good. Cash flow positive. Honest is good. Shares float is low. At this price, it's a steal. Low share float for the market cap, fairly. They've dropped in price. If you can get the Honest company for less than 5, I'd load the boats a little bit. Just a little bit. Is that Fiverr? Gorilla and Fiverr? I already did Neo, yeah. Yeah, it is Fiverr. I knew it was, yeah. I haven't seen it in a while. There's 2 V or 2 R's. I was like, yeah, that's got to be it. 1 billion market cap. It's actually lower than I thought. But they're profitable. Shares float, 29 million. It's pretty low shares float. They're priced really high compared to Honest, though. They have half the shares float and half the market cap. So realistically, their price and their shares should be around $18. Market cap of $1 billion. Trailing 12 month. Okay, so price to sales at 3. They're profitable. EBITDA is barely in the negative. Balance sheet's good, no debt. Negative net debt and good cash flow. Fiverr's decent. It's decent. I don't even got to look at Hims. Hims is great. They've been great for a long time. OPTT and well, look at that. Ooh. Low price to sales. Negative. No debt though. Balance sheet is good. Cash flow's negative. Be careful on this one. Market cap 215 million. Shares float is low. Nothing to go off of, my friend. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Oh, Palantir is going to fly tomorrow then, or Monday. tanked. 290 billion. $15 price of sales or $14 price of sales. Lots of cash flow. EBITDA, everything's good. Balance sheet. Very good balance sheet. Very good cash flow. Not worried at all. If you can afford it and you can hold it, have at it. The only gripe about ASML is if you have the capital. If you have the capital, then, you know, I don't see a problem. 3 to 5 years, no problem. Very good investment. They did fire their entire financial firm, did they not? Or their accounting firm. Correct me on that. They fired their whole office was terminated a few months ago. They literally had no bookkeepers. They fired their bookkeepers or the back end office was terminated. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. I have to go back and dig up. I can't do that here in our live video. But Palantir should stabilize and go up with the recent news. $138 billion. A 3 price to sales. Everything's profitable. Lots of EBITDA. That's very, very good. High EBITDA. Assets cover liabilities, but they do have some debts. Balance sheet's tough. Cash flow's decent. $2 billion on the shares flow. It's very low for a $138 billion market cap. Uber is good. Already did SoFi. Already did Gorilla. I did Rig. Last live call, be careful. SoFi could be like $25 by the end of the year. Already did AMD. I'll look at Nike. Market makers are manipulating you. They sandbag the hell out of the stock so you get shaken out. Already did Cooler. Be careful. I'd say Nike's a buy down here. Look. Priced earnings 22, 105 billion market cap. Decent low shares float. Price to sales of 2. Very good. Profitable, of course. EBITDA is good. I'm not diving in too deep. $1 billion in debt. They have enough assets to cover liabilities. Cash flow is good. I feel Nike's going to run to $100+ in 2025. Very strong on Nike. Very strong. I put the link in there, guys. Exclusive link only for this live. For my Discord and coaching so you guys can make profits. I have students that made like $1,000 per trade this past week. We had some good puts on MicroStrategy and some good puts on some other stocks. We did very well. And that's an exclusive link. I also pinned it if you guys want to take control of your financial freedom. If you think these live calls are good here, wait till you see the live calls in the Discord that we do twice a week. Random, I can't tell you what to do with your money. I'll look at A-Lab. Appreciate that, Nunzio. Semiconductors, 20 billion. Shares float is low. That's good. Very, very good. Price to sales is high. Profits and EBITDA low. Balance sheet is rough. Well, actually, no. Balance sheet's really good. So is cash flow. I would say they're decent. I would say that from what I'm looked at, Nothing concerning. They're profitable. Their earnings are good. They're an AI tech. So yeah, long-term hold, definitely worth it. Oh, I'm bullish on Nike. I'm bullish. Definitely bullish. Netflix is good. Netflix is definitely good. $5 billion. This is rough. It's already really a rough start. Balance sheet's okay, and their cash flow negative. New scale, be careful. Be very careful. They're not profitable on their returns yet. Serve, we already covered. A 3 price to sales, profitable. Or maybe it was Micron that fired. No, it wasn't Micron. I think either Micron or ASML. One of them fired their back end office. It was terrible. Can't remember. They have enough assets to cover liabilities and debt. Cash flow is good. Micron is good. Oh, it's SMCI. That's right. Yeah, they fired their whole back end. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I remembered. Big Bear is good. Let's look at Poet. $356 million. Oh, missed earnings and in the negative. What do they do? Nah, this is not good. They're losing money. They've got some good balance sheet updates. They're not losing any cash. They're sitting on cash, no debt, so that's strong. But no cash flow. So it's all on assets, but no cash flow. I'd be very careful with this. Very careful. I wouldn't want to put a lot of money into that. Jambo, what's up? RSVN. Okay, okay. I wouldn't say it's a pump for sure, but I wouldn't doubt it either. It doesn't look very strong. Oh, yeah, the auditors. Yeah, the auditors. Yeah, that's what it was. I remember reading something about it. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Soundhound, sell puts. Sell puts. $12. RSVN. It's over the counter. I won't even talk about it. It has something to do with Netflix. It has something to do with the NFL and institutions manipulating, tanking it, so this way they can get in because they got lifted to a price target of $1,000. I like GOOGL. I like the one with the L. Google with an L. And it's, yes, a buy. It's good. 100%. Can't go wrong with Google. They already have quantum technology and quantum computing built into them. So when you invest in Google, you're investing in their quantum technology. Bet you didn't know that. Google's got very much their hands in quantum. 5,000 shares is okay. Nothing to be worried about. DJT will be good once he takes office. We already covered Cooler. ALGM. $422 billion. Price of sales of 5, under 5. EBITDA is good, but they're not profitable. Balance sheet looks pretty good. And they're cash flow positive. Not great, but okay. Definitely decent. Take Two, definitely would invest in them. Already did GRR, Gorilla. Sentinel 1, already did Cooler. Security, 7 billion. Price of sales of like 10, roughly. Enough to cover. Cash, negative cash flow though. I'd be careful with this. They're not in a good sector either. We already covered AMD. KSCP. I've looked at this before, I think, yeah. Price to sales of 5, everything negative here. They have enough to cover here, but they have debt too, but still good. Negative cash flow. I'd be very careful on that. I wouldn't touch RX at all. Shopify's good. 100% would do Shopify. We already talked about Palantir. Yep. There is positive news, yeah. $552 million. There's no data here. What? The assets outweigh liabilities. They have some debt, though. They can cover. Negative cash flow. Be careful. Definitely be careful on that one. D-Wave, I covered my recent video. Already covered Serve. UiPath. I covered this in a live before. 7 billion. Price to sales like 5 is pretty good. They're negative everywhere except, well, even EBITDA is negative. They got enough cash on hand, no debt, assets to cover liabilities. Balance sheet looks really good, and they're cash flow positive. At this price, definitely worth it. Path is very good. Very welcome, Random. Don't forget the link is in the chat pinned if you guys want this exclusive offer to join the Discord and the coaching. This way I can help you one-on-one and get you guys on track. If you like this, then the Discord is even more in-depth every single week, multiple times a week, so you guys will learn even more. Palantir, yes. We're going to look at Samsung, and then I will look at PDD. Jambo, appreciate that. $250 billion. Yeah, price of sales of 1. Big time income. Enough assets to cover liabilities and $61 billion in cash. My lord. Lots of cash flow too. Yeah, very strong. Very strong. That's very strong. We already covered SoFi. If AVGO gets Intel, that'll be great. William, appreciate you joining, man. Appreciate you joining. We'll look at PDD. Let's go. Appreciate that, Nunzio. I'll look at AVGO next. See you, Perillo. You're leaving? You out? 131 billion market cap. Price to sales 2.3. Everything looks good. They got enough assets to cover. They have cash. That looks good. Everything looks really good. Missed the previous earnings. Without digging too deep, definitely looks like a good company. Numbers look pretty good. AVGO. I don't think we'll drop below 570. It's possible, but I don't think we will. I'll be looking at AVGO now. Taiwan Semi, we already covered. Alicia, one of my boot camp students in Discord, went from 20K to, yeah, 91. I told you. See, I told you when you joined, Alicia, back in July, when you were like really upset saying, oh, I'm losing money. I can't do it. I can't learn. There's no way you're going to be able to teach me. I said, relax, just calm down. We'll get through it. We had some coaching sessions. I got you on track, and look at those gains. I told you. Just admit that I was right. You know I was, Alicia. We'll do Clean Spark after we look at AVGO. NVIDIA invested AUR. No problem, Ashley. I knew I was right. Very welcome, Adriana. I knew I was right, Alicia. So we'll look at AVGO. Market cap 1 trillion. A 20 price to sales is a bit high. Income and EBITDA is good. Balance sheet's rough because they have a lot of debt, but they got good cash flow. Probably a very long-term hold. Appreciate it, TC. Yeah, don't forget. I also told you guys about Hims and Robinhood. They both ran. Lyft, it ran, it pulled back down, but we made profit. Also, SoFi, SoundHound. Oh, yes. Agreed. I think Taiwan's going to be good, though. Awesome, Jag. Thank you very much. Cloudflare? Yeah, I can look at Cloudflare. What's up, Saloni? Yeah, I remember you joined like a week ago. Good job. We're going to get you out of being in the negative. We will, I promise. Random? No, I'm not worried about that. Neo could go below $4. It could. Like I said, it's hard to tell for sure, but it could. I'd buy Neo right now. I would. Jambo, I already checked out RVSN. I just did it for you. Or was it someone else? But I just did it. I can check out Clean Spark. What's up, Nicholas? Appreciate that, Robert. Yep, you've done very good, Robert. Very, very good. Yep, Todd. Very welcome, Saloni. Adobe's strong. Good job, Neil. Good job. Very welcome. Very welcome. That's what I'm here to do, is try to help people the best that I can. I think it's going to be bearish to neutral going into February. Nope, good strategy, B. Very good strategy. Already did Neo. Quantum, depending on the stock, I did a video on that already as well. Chris, how do you book the one-on-one? That's a different package. Message me in Discord, Chris. And I'll message you right back. I'll look out for it. Because I normally miss those, but I'll keep an eye out for it. I'm glad, Saloni. You were nervous when you joined Discord. But once you joined, you've calmed down. You see, I told you. I got you. I got you. GameStop we covered is good. Fubo is good too now. Yes. We can look at VRT. Vertiv Holdings. I remember looking at them before. 48 billion market cap. Price to earnings is high. About a 5 or a 6 price to sales. Actually, a little bit more. It's like 6 price to sales. Very good net pre-tax. They got enough to cover liabilities. Balance sheet's okay. And cash flow's good. They're at an all-time high. I'd like to see a pullback to like 115, 110. That would be awesome. Yeah, Saloni, you could do leaps on MicroStrategy. Wait to see how things open up on Monday first. We'll talk about it in the live coaching call Monday morning in Discord. The issue is there's so many requests. That's why I haven't gotten to Clean Spark. It's inevitable that I won't get to every request. 100%. There's going to be something missed. There's too many requests to do them all. Big Bear, I don't know. That's hard to say. They got cash, balance sheet's okay, cash flow's okay. Price of sales at 1. Yeah, Cloudflare is good. Based on numbers. I would say they're pretty good long term. Matt, that's what the link is pinned for. That'll get you started and answer all your questions. Appreciate that, Matthew. I haven't looked at ABSI yet. I do like Taiwan Semi. I'd be careful with these stocks. With Bitcoin mining and stuff, they missed 2 earnings in a row. A 9 or a 10 price to sales. Everything's negative. They have lots of cash, lots of assets. That's good. Great balance sheet, negative cash flow. Careful. We already covered VRT. ABSI's healthcare. Yikes. 327 million. They're missing earnings, all of them. Negative cash flow. Balance sheet strong, though. Low priced, or excuse me, high price to sales, which is not good. I wouldn't. Unless you plan on holding long term. 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Very, very careful. Very careful. Flex Shopper, 40 million market cap. Very small company. 40 million. Price of sales is 0.3 though. Whew, that's pretty good. EBITDA 12 million. They got profitable numbers. Balance sheet's good, but they're in a little bit of debt. They're upside down in the balance sheet though. And the cash flow is negative. Yikes. Negative cash flow upside down, but they have profitable income. This doesn't make sense. I'd be careful on this one. This looks rough. Don't go all in on Alibaba and Neo. They're both Chinese stocks. Be very careful. RVSN. Market cap 31 million. There's no revenue there. That's not good. They got some cash. They got enough to cover. Cash flow negative. Be very careful, but at the price, you can't go wrong. You could scoop you some of that. All right, I will do two more. Bark. Very welcome. I'm going to do Bark. $351 million. 0.8 price to sales. Pretty good, roughly. Negative EBITDA, negative net income, though. Balance sheet is good. They have cash. That's all good. Cash flow positive. They're beating earnings a little bit. At $2, yeah, I could see it. Little on the high side. Like to see it at $1.70, but yeah, I could see it being worth it. Probably, Nicholas. Probably. Yeah, they don't matter, David, because they're not trying to bring anything in here. So yeah. We'll do Kohl's. We'll do Kohl's. Let's do Kohl's. $31 billion. Price to earnings is very low. They missed out in the last earnings. Wait. I picked the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why I selected the wrong one. Market cap 1.52. That makes more sense. Oh, wow. They have price to sales like 0.02 or something like that. Very good. EBITDA is strong. Everything's strong there. They're in debt, so they're upside down in their balance sheet, and they're negative on cash flow. Ooh. Financing activities is how they're staying afloat right now. Be very careful on Kohl's. Yep, Kohl's is not looking good. Already did Path. I'll look at one more. One more. 541 million. They missed every earnings. My lord. That's never good. They missed all of them. So they struck out. Price to sales is high. No profits. This is abuse of money right here. 617. They're good. Their balance sheet's good. Their cash flow's negative. People's bank accounts would be hurting on this one. My God. I'd be careful about this. I wouldn't want to invest in that. That's bad. Oh, Buckeye in Georgia. That's you. Nice. I'll never forget that that name. You're at all my webinars. You must be from Ohio. But you're in Georgia. Makes sense. Okay, I'll look at TiVo. I gave you guys the link one more time. Exclusive link in the chat right now to get into Discord, coaching, and take control of your trading, your investing, your retirement, and your education on the stock market. It's an exclusive link just for YouTube, and I'm using it in this live. Let's look at TiVo. $0.20. Is this right? I wouldn't touch it. I already did Cooler. I already did Meta. Let's look at MVST. Microstat Holdings. Okay, so battery. 757 million on the market cap. Price to sales 0.5. EBITDA is good. Net income is decent. Balance sheet is good. They have enough to cover. Perfect. Cash flow negative though. It's worth it at this price. Shares float's a little high though, but it's worth it maybe. TV. I thought I looked at it. Did I do it wrong? $233 million. Wait, it's TVA. No, it's TVE. Doesn't make any sense. There's nothing there. Tamarack Valley Energy. 258 billion. Price to sales like 1.4, 1.6. Very nice. Balance sheet's got enough to cover. Balance sheet's very strong, a lot of assets. Cash from operating activities is good. Free cash flow is good. Very nice. Market cap 258 billion. Decently high shares float, but $4. Not bad. Definitely not bad. Mark, I didn't, just saying be careful, put all your money in. A lot of people want to put all their money in something. If they think it's going to do good, they want to slap a bunch of money in there to make extra money, you know? Yep, we already covered Palantir and GRR. I can cover one more. Toast. I got you, fam, on Toast. 20.28 billion. Financials. A 4 price to sales. Money looks good. EBITDA looks good. Net income looks good. Balance sheet also looks good. Lots of cash, billion in cash. Cash flow looks good. Absolutely. I'm adding a bunch of content like that into the coaching. Well, unfortunately, have to wrap up. 2 hours. We'll do another one of these. Don't worry. Don't worry. I gave you guys the exclusive link. It's pinned. If you want to take control of your financial freedom, learn to trade, have good trades every week, and do live calls just like this every week, twice a week. The Discord's for you, and of course the coaching. PayPal's already strong. I would buy PayPal, especially if it comes closer to like $80. We already covered SoFi. Oksana Buknoy, 2 of my students. What's up? Very welcome, everyone. Use the exclusive link here that I posted. This way you guys can join, or at least get started in joining. Very welcome, David. Very welcome, Booknoy. Michael, very welcome. You too, Geo. All my students in here. I'd love for you guys to join. Gave you the exclusive link. I'll see you on the next YouTube video, or I'll see you in the Discord. If you haven't joined yet, join, and I'll see you over there. I gave you guys the exclusive link. We'll catch you guys. Thanks for being here, and we'll do this again. Don't worry. One love. Be careful out there. The markets are good. It will be okay.